the many plant varieties that have definitely come from South America. These include many varieties of potato and sweet potatoes to other edible or useful plants like yams, gourds, taro, cabbage, tree yucca, or birds like the puqueco or the Spanish swamp hen. And so all we're doing, is just putting out. One of these days, we're going to have to go ahead and say, hey, let's face it. Then I won't be able to interest anybody in any more articles after
that. I mean, exactly one point or one if we were to kind of do a conclusion in a way of all this, the obvious is kind of, okay, so where do we end up here? We must rewrite, I guess, ancient history and the view upon where humans come from and the relationship between humans. Is that kind of the fundamental point you're trying to make here in a way?
Yeah, well, you should have seen me in Mexico, April, when I was. They retreated me like a king. They interviewed me on TV, on the radio, and they are so pleased, to know that they have these roots back in India and Turkey, and so I was a keynote speaker there, and then the next one to speak there was the ambassador from India to Mexico.
Okay.
And he got up and he said that now that they know, both countries are accepting this now. The government of India accepts this, and they say now if they know that they're related, he says India is going to try to do something to help Mexico.
Really?
And I'll tell you, the people in this country will be glad to know that.
Yeah. Do you think that there could in a way, could it open up some kind of well, maybe not just trade negotiations and stuff like this, but more a more fundamental relationship between the regions in a way? I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you, already when I was there in April, already the people of India have scientists and technicians already there in Saltillo.
Huh, really?
Working. I met one woman there who she's there to develop fuel cells. And he said they'll do everything so that they can become again a nation, a sovereign nation, so that they don't have to depend on the United States anymore.
Okay.
So, like I say, all these Americans, if they come unpatriotic, running around with Mexicans all the time, they realize I was patriotic after all.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's an interesting, point. I never heard this before. We will have to see, I guess, where all of this end up in the end. I guess. I mean, there's so much, as you've said, that we've been, talking about here today, and so many absolutely fascinating connection between these regions. One thing I want to kind of finish off this interview on. And of course this might be a very huge subject, or you might not have studied it at all, so I don't know, but the Egyptian civilization and the pyramid building over there and so forth, does this in any way connect with your work, and if so, in what way?
Well, in a way, a person goes into the Bible and also in the Hindu history, well, he knows automatically that the people of India were the fathers of Egypt, because they were called Kham, they were called Ham, they were called Kushi. We have Egypt is called Misraim. Misraim. Well, that's Misiri in India, and so Egypt is called Aigupto. Well, that's the ruling class of India, called the Guptas.
The Gupta, okay, yeah, I recognize
and,
that.
It's just, I cannot even imagine us never finding out about that until now. And the Hindus are excited. Even now, I see more and more Hindu businesses in Mexico when I'm there.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll end up regretting
it. Okay. Well, we'll see. As I said, where kind of all of this ends up. But again, I mean, this has been an absolutely fascinating interview, Gene, and I want to thank you, so much for coming on the program. And before we round things off, and end off here, tell us, how people can get a hand of your books. You have a number of them out there. Mention a few more beyond your new one that is coming out.
Well, yeah. Well, this will be sold, through these print-on-demand books. See, my book about Jesus and Moses are buried in India, birthplace of Abraham and the Hindus. Well, I tried to sell that to a regular publishing company, and I sent out 100 inquiries, and I got 100 rejections back.
really.
So I said, I'm just going to have to tighten my belt and do this myself.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah, which I've done, and people have been interested in this. In fact, I'm even getting visits from other countries right now. A man came down to see me from Canada just recently, and he's a Jewish fellow.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually have discouraged people because I live quite simply.
Okay.
I live in a little manufactured home, and I said, well, if they see me as simply as I live, then I probably won't have any credibility with him.
Okay.
But he came over, and he was impressed. We had a good time together, and we became very good friends.
Interesting. And as far as I know, and I'm going to link up a few links of these because I know that many of your books are available on Amazon.com. So
they'll find them in these, and they can buy them by ebooks or else regular paperbacks.
Okay, yeah, excellent. Ebook versions, are those available on Amazon also?
Well, this iUniverse is the one that publishes my books.
Okay, yeah.
And you can find my books listed in any of these big bookstores like Barnes and Noble, Amazon.
Okay, excellent.
No, I tell you, take the Tamils. They even have the same name for foods, like the tamal, the Mexican tamal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a Tamil name. See, they're called tamales or Tamils anyway, and their favorite food is a lot like the Mexican tamale. Tamal is a filling, and it's a corn shell, a bamboo.
Mm-hmm.
A bamboo leaf is wrapped around it, just like in Mexico.
Okay.
So the same name's food. So I say this. Well, they had a relationship, no doubt about it.
Yeah, that's right. That's definitely the conclusion after this program, Gene. I want to again thank you so much for coming on, and I would love to have you back at some point and continue talking because there's so much more.
I hope I didn't disappoint you. I'm new at this.
No, definitely not. This was an excellent interview. I want to thank you so much again for coming on. But we'll stay in contact, Gene, and we'll do another program down the road. Okay?
Okay, and you tell me what you want me to do, and maybe I'll make a special preparation.
Yeah, that sounds excellent. Again, thank you so much for coming on, and until next time, take care, Gene.
Okay, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Hope you've enjoyed this subscriber interview. Thank you so much for tuning in and being a part of Red Ice Creations. Until next time, take good care.